Hello, hello, chat. Finally, dare I say, the days of sickness, of fever, of vicious holiday fun has finally broken, and we can get back to semi-regular programming. How's it going, gamers? And to all you fantastic lurkers, hello to Sir Sepper, to Judge Bunny, and to Zafir Acid. You know, I dare say it did wear off. I did have a bit of a fever yesterday, but I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Hello, Sir Ian. Welcome in, gamer. All right, chat. I need to tell you about it. I got a little story. A little story for you today. Okay. So, I'm out getting dumplings with the boys. All right. You know, as you do, as you do. And my friend, my friend Seth, he's like, "All right, we're done with dumplings. Everyone pile into the car." And so I did. And so everyone piles into the car. And he drives us up. And it's like halfway there. And we're like, "Hey, it's been like 30 minutes. Where are you taking us?" And we went to a historic landmark that was an hour and 30 minutes away. That was in a forgotten corner of like a suburb. And there was no fanfare. We went we went there for 2 seconds, and then we drove another hour and 30 minutes back. And to be honest with you, honestly, I got nothing. Sounds like it was a grand adventure, but it was actually incredibly uneventful. Wait, you chat, what were you up to? Anyway, we're doing more retro gaming today, because you know, I just want to play a little comfy game. All right, I want to be a wholesome Hecarino Chungus, okay? 50 gold, Reddit gold, okay? 50 soy lattes, or whatever people on Reddit drink. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, gaming. Gonna be doing some gaming. Also, Zafir, you need to make sure you keep your hand off of the phone of Nurgle. Elsewise, I will exorcise you in a column of flame. Because frankly, I don't want to get sick again. It's been enough. I When is it not retro gaming? Other than sometimes Hypno Friday and with Rip Sunday. God damn it. Am I that predictable? Fuck. Look. It's very simple, right? It's not my fault that like all modern games are fucking dog shit. Alright. It's not my fault. You know what happens when I play Warhammer Dark Omen or Baldur's Gate 1 or whatever? Alright. Okay, to be fair, I played Baldur's Gate 3. I liked it. It's fine, alright. Wrath of the Righteous. It's fine, okay? But you don't get that same level of, I don't know, nostalgia. Here, perhaps. Oh, God. Yeah, still a little bit of bronchitis. Just a little bit, but I think we're good. Whoops, that's the wrong scene. I really liked Vermintide. Um I did max out all the characters. I did not get the same vibe with Darktide. I'm gonna be real. Like Darktide is fun, but like it's not, I don't know. It just doesn't have that same level of like, ooh, the characters are all interacting and what's their story and everything. And this isn't like a fantasy versus 40k bias either. Okay, actually, I think we're good on our capture. Yes, we are. Excellent. Robert J. Sparks says, hey there, porkers. I'm here from the Archcast. Really liked you, so glad I'm able to make a stream. Well, thank you. I appreciate the kind words, Robert. Thank you so much. Welcome in, gamer. All right. I'm gonna risk turning this game up just a little bit because last time, it just decided to blow everyone's ears out and just be the worst audio experience ever. But with expanded emulation RAM, I'm hoping, thanks to DG Voodoo, I'm hoping we do not get that same experience. I also, so just a bit, why we're gonna actually start a little bit back than we were, and the reason was because last stream I lost too many units and I soft locked myself. So we had to go back a bit, and I already like beat the requisite mission and made the save. So I think this is where we rescue the steam tank. So we're not actually too far off. Yeah, we're right here. Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Dark Omen. So there's a glitch on modern computers where the keyboard just doesn't work on Dark Omen. We've encountered this glitch. How do I stop it? You Alt F4 and you restart. You know, old game good, new game bad. Until old game is actually played. Then the nostalgia goggles just fade away. Fade into obscurity. I agree, Judge Bunny. Vermintide did kill it with the mission banner. 100%. Excellent. Alright. And if you're wondering why the game is low, it is because sometimes Dark Omen has another audio glitch where it just peaks the speakers, regardless of voice level. So we are pre-preparing what the fuck is gonna happen here. Alright, so if I remember from last stream, we have a unit of archers and 2 boar boys that come down the hill here. And then we have a shaman that appears and a bunch of, like, archers. So kind of the idea here, right, is that, you know, we've got some difficult terrain, so that's, you know, something to deal with. I think what I'm gonna do... because this is a fucking steam tank. I'm gonna have him, like... yeah. Can I get... ooh, actually, can I get, like... pre-deployment... like, aim off here? Damn, only the steam tank can see it. Okay. Man, can I kind of cheese this for a second? There we go. Is that cheesing? Yes. Will I still do it? Yes. This game cheeses me, so we're gonna cheese it. And that's what we in the industry call, I mean, that's just really, like, all old games, isn't it? Like, you play, like, I don't know, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 or something. And that entire game is literally just how much can you break it compared to the AI. Because if you don't break it, you'll just lose. What spells we got? Burning Head and Fireball. Alright, so Burning Head is actually, like, really fucking good in this game. And if we're lucky enough to get, like, a Book of Assure or something, we can, like, lower the cost of that shit to, like, 1, so we can just spam it. But I think this setup is actually... I'll have Commander Bernhard over here. He'll go after whoever spawns back here, because it's difficult terrain, the horses can get through faster. And we're just gonna have like a clear. And this is our objective here. And if we fail, we can always just... Oh, god damn it.
Enemy sighted.
There you go.
Yeah, orcs! See! Orcs by the dozen! They come for my tank, but they'll not have it!
Aye, sir. Engage. To arms. Forward. We're under fire. Forward. Aye, sir. Attack. Forward. Yes,
Is it
sir.
kind of cheap if I just, like, do that first? I don't even know. Nice, got the archers away.
Target received.
Just about a face in charge.
Charge. To arms. We're under attack.
Yep, burning head.
Sighted. Hold fire. Forward.
Oh shit, that's a lot of troops.
Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. We're under fire. Yes, my lord. We're under fire. Target received. Target received. Target received. Yes, my lord.
Make sure those units leave. Let's get the flagellants up on the front line.
Aye, sir. Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. Target received. Engage. Open fire. To arms. Charge. Yes, my lord. We're under fire. Charge. Target received. Retreat.
I mean, honestly, as long as our artillery lives, I don't really care. Won't be able to use it this mission, but it's not the biggest problem.
Yes, my lord. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord.
Greenskins have notoriously poor
We're
cool.
under fire. Aye, sir.
Where's the leadership in Dark Omen? I'm not sure what edition they're using.
Forward. Yes, my lord. We're under fire. Help us. Aye, sir. We're under fire. Flee the battle. Open fire.
Hello, Herald of the Middle Gods. How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. And yes, cheese cheese.
Yes, my lord.
Cheese cheese, yes, yes.
Attack. To arms. We're under fire. Charge. Aye, sir. Target received. Forward.
One of the reasons why I'm not too worried about my crossbowmen is that I upgraded their armor, and they have the steadfast banner. So basically, you know, those boar boys are actually gonna have to commit. And I don't think they can take a fully upgraded armor.
We're under fire.
Did we kill the mage already? And that was the peak. That was the mic peaking I was talking about. This is why we keep the game low. Cool looking game. Yeah, this is Warhammer Dark Omen, the sequel to Shadow of the Horned Rat. And it released digitally on GOG a few weeks ago, and I'm gonna be honest, much better than Shadow. Like, I beat Shadow, I got the best ending, but still honestly, this game kind of makes sense why it's much more well-known, right? Because this one, I think both of them released on PS1, but this one is much more well-known. I mean, the controls are infinitely better. You know, there's actually fucking mouse look. There's 60 frames, right? There's so much to it. Hello, Deflora, how's it going? Welcome in. Alright, let's refill our troops here. Actually, how much is this going to cost us? 1,000 gold. I'll take it.
Commander, my crew can reach Blighted Towers to launch an assault on the orcs there. But we can't succeed without your assistance.
Well, it's on my way. Besides, my sword arm could do with the exercise.
If we escort...
Jesus Christ, Commander Bernhardt is such a fucking Chad.
Cannon and the mortar crews are already here, Morgan. Primed to attack the towers. All they were waiting for was the steam tank. Everything's ready for the assault.
Commander, if you join forces with us, we have a good chance of scouring the towers clean of orcs.
Agreed.
All right. So we have an Imperial Great Cannon, a mortar team, a steam tank, and our own mercenary cannon. We are going to do the ultimate cheese strategy in any early edition Warhammer video game, which is we're going to sit back with our cannons and kill everything that enters. We will let the enemy come to us. We will lounge around, drinking our, well, I guess the Empire could, at this point in time, have coffee. Although I suppose it would have to be imported. From the slave masters of Araby. Or perhaps Numa, because I know Numa has humans in it, as well as Skelly Boys. Or things are going well. I think you know how to lounge. Evil smile. Alright, let me kind of look. Actually, this seems kind of cheap, but like if I can like get the steam tanks better positioning to just like get like free like deployments, you know, just to see like where other things are. Alright, well we can only see a bolt thrower and a doom diver, which is fine. Just gonna sit back on it. Ooh, actually. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go a bit back behind the tree line so that Doom Diver can't see us and just like eliminate us instantly. Could be a rock clobber, I don't know. It's all the same, whatever. Maybe something like this, I think. And then because I have the trees and this kind of ridge here, I'm gonna have the mortars kind of bombard from up here. And then really it's just going to be a matter of making sure to put all the halt commands when we get melee. Excuse me. Because we're going to accidentally shoot our own guys. You know, I thought that too, but then in the last mission we were able to spot that unit of goblins when no other unit could. Oh.
These towers are plagued by a pestilence that I'm here to cure, with steel and fire.
I'm like,
sighted.
okay, here they come. Awesome. To be honest, Harold, with campaign 1's cast of characters, it does not surprise me that it was derpy as fuck. Well, actually, it might be the opposite. I think it wouldn't be that derpy, but then it kind of became derpy, from what I hear.
Target received. Open fire. Open fire. sir.
More Albus, we're trapped. Enemies everywhere.
Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch, Bunny. I need it. I just got off of cardio. A lot of strength training today. Well,
Target received.
plyometrics.
Attack! Hold fire! Hold fire! Hold fire! To arms.
Charge!
We're under attack! Enemy sighted! To the death! Charge! Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! Open fire! Open fire! Open fire! Target received! Target received! Hold fire! Hold fire! Hold fire!
Gotta be careful here so I do not snipe my own men.
Yes, my lord. Aye, sir. Enemy sighted! Open fire!
Keep moving, you son of a
Yes, my
bitch.
lord. Open fire! Target received! To arms! Target received! Forward! Hold fire! Hold fire! Enemy sighted! Charge! Target received! Open fire! Open fire!
Well, this is getting so fucking close.
Hold fire!
That rock clubber in the background. Oh, fuck.
Watch your fire! Hold fire! Open fire!
Oh, that's a mage.
Received.
Okay, okay.
Target received. Aye, sir.
Let's get the archers.
Help us! We're under fire! Open fire! We're under fire!
Oh no, my poor Carolberg Great Swordman, no!
Forward!
Fuck, I lost like 1,000,000 of them. God damn it.
We're under fire! Help us! Aye, sir.
Just run. Just run.
Fire! We're under fire! We're under fire! Open fire! Aye, sir. Target received! We're under fire!
Okay.
We're under fire!
Ah! Grossness all in my fucking throat.
Forward! We're under fire! Target received! We're under fire! We're under fire! Target received! Open fire! Target received! Open fire!
I literally have one guy left. Jesus.
Open fire! We're under fire!
Nice. For the hydrate, Guadalajara. Also, welcome in, gamer. Oh god, the losses here. Already like, quite a lot. I'm fucked, dude.
Forward! received. Target received. Open fire.
Yes, my lord. Aye, sir.
Charge.
Yes, my lord. Aye, sir.
Alrighty, time for the counter assault. And when I say counter assault, I mean just sending the steam tank.
We're under fire.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Target received. Target received. We're under fire. Charge. Forward.
The steam tank here, it literally doesn't matter. It's gonna leave next session regardless, next mission. So might as well send it out. Sacrificial lamb.
Yes, my lord.
I do wish I had, like, access to more fire magic spells here. Because last time I played this, I actually had access to Wings of Fire instead of the wall. Which allowed me to just teleport, and then I was able to just get behind them and then fireball the artillery zones. But now I gotta send in this.
We're under
Unfortunate.
fire.
I'm coming, slowly but surely.
We're under fire. Target received. Enemy sighted. Forward. We're under fire. Open fire. We're under fire. Charge. Enemy sighted.
Oh, 100%. I could not see myself, like, or excuse me, I can see myself playing this game as a kid, despite the fact I never actually played this game as a kid.
We're under fire. Enemy sighted. Target received.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, got some boar boys. I'm gonna
Forward.
get
We're
back
under
here a bit.
fire.
Yes, my lord.
Open fire.
Aye, sir.
Oh god, danger close.
Watch your fire. Hold fire. Target received. Open fire.
Aye, sir.
Open fire. Open fire. Open fire. Target received.
Aye, sir.
Enemy sighted. Forward. Open fire. Target received. Yes, my lord. Watch your fire. Target received. Forward. Aye, sir.
Kind of hilarious how this thing can just turn on a complete dime. I have no idea how they managed to engineer this.
We're under fire.
God,
Target
it
received.
makes me yearn for, like, Leia. You know,
Open fire.
like those, like, weird Leonardo da Vinci knockoff designs.
Open fire. Target received.
For, like, Dogs 4 and stuff. That's the good stuff.
Target received. Target received. Target received. Target received. Open fire.
Ah, my incredibly risky plan worked.
Target received.
Use wall of fire to force the enemy to walk around, and then when they're slow, shoot them down. Easy peasy.
Aye, sir.
So my first instance with my first interaction with Warhammer was playing Space Marine 1 as a 13-year-old. And I was like, my dad was like, "Yeah, I rented this game. You want to play it?" I'm like, "Okay, I guess." And I'm like, "Why are we fighting orcs and they're speaking in this weird old-timey accent? This is stupid." And that was my first fucking interaction with Warhammer. I don't know, like, I know Space Marine is, like, a well-beloved game, so, like,
Aye, sir.
I'm sure that, like, pisses people off or something. But that was, like, my first interaction with Warhammer. And then in 2016, I played a lot of Total War, because I'm a Total War fan just base, right? So when Warhammer came out, I played it in college a lot, and I was like, "Oh, this is the fantasy version of that game? Oh, that's cool." And that's basically kind of how I got started with fantasy, and where my love of fantasy bloomed, which is why I have a weird back and forth with CA. Because on one hand, they did introduce Warhammer to me, okay? Like, I cannot lie, right? Simultaneously, CA has been fucking me, okay? CA has bent me over, all right? Okay, this guy, he's wounded. You can tell because of his face. I'm gonna kind of park him. Look, I'm just saying that when it comes to CA, okay,
Forward.
they have bent me over, alright. You know, 1 in the pink, 2 in the stink, it's like 5 in the stink, alright? That's all it is. It's all stink, alright? 1 pink, alright? Just a little bit of pink. That's the thing. What are you talking
Yes, my
about?
lord.
Tiberian Sun rocks. I am so sad that we never got a Tiberian Sun / Red Alert 2
Yes, my lord.
remaster. Because Command & Conquer, like, original is fucking so cool.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Classic my dad. Okay, so my dad got me into Command & Conquer specifically because I would play it with
Yes,
him
my lord.
on Xbox 360. We would do online matches.
We're under fire. Aye, sir.
Or not online, but LAN, right?
Yes, my lord. We're under fire. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. Enemy sighted. Charge!
Wait a minute, these guys are gonna die next session. What the fuck do I care? Get in there.
Aye, sir.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of the reason why I was pushing back on, like, Warhammer 40k. Like, one, it's a Total War game that's being made for a console. Like, that does not sound good. That sounds very bad, actually. I mean, the UI looked painful, right? Like, it literally just looks like a Dawn of War 4 competitor rather than like a Total War game. And apparently, they're supposed to be almost like roguelike-ish. Like, the campaigns are supposed to bleed into each other or something.
Crush them!
Like, I don't know. I don't see it, chat. I'm sorry. I don't see it happening.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Charge! We're under fire! We're under fire! To the death!
Unless someone gifts it to me, I probably won't get it myself. Like the Total War. I guess you can call it the
Engage. Yes, my lord.
like, because it used to be I would buy every single Total War game ever, right? Like that would be like my average. But as the years gone on, I am very choicey with my Total War purchases. And you know, it's like you're not gonna catch me buying fucking, you know, like Pharaoh when it came out or something. Someone gifted me Dynasties, but which I think that also technically includes Pharaoh, but you won't see me buying Pharaoh, you know, you don't see me buying Troy or Thrones of Britannia, okay? Or any of those, right? Basically, the moment Rome 2 hit, I was like, alright, I'm gonna be choicey now. And I think 40k is gonna be one of my skips. I'll probably just do, like, Dawn of War 4 instead. Who remembers Empire Earth? Oh, God. I remember my friend brought Empire Earth to computer class, or, you know, like, whatever, computer lab, right? And during lunch, we weren't allowed to do this, but we installed Empire Earth, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and I think a couple other games. I think Minecraft as well. And then a fucking mad lad also installed Corruption of Champions, but he got caught. So for a brief period, via the school cloud system, you could play Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. You could play Empire Earth 1, and you could play Corruption of fucking Champions. And, yeah, that's pretty crazy. This is like 2011, right? So, like, yeah. Fucking insane. And then so we're just sitting there, and then there's just like, you know, that one kind of weird kid, like, oh, you guys installed games on the school cloud? Oh, that's so cool. And he started playing, and he's just like, oh, what's this? Oh. And he's fucking, you know, having his character do awful things while the teacher is fucking droning on about school stuff. And that's what that was insane to me. Like the level of like pure mad laddism to play Corruption of Champions in front of the fucking teacher. Oh, God.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, he got caught, so COC got burned, and we had to reinstall the other games. It was very sad, but... Oh my god, literally 2,000 gold to restore everyone. SMH my head. I think I'll just, like, skimp out on the Grudgebringers because they're really expensive, and I'll just, get our greatswords and our crossbows back. I think I'm gonna give the banner to the greatswords, I think. The greatswords, like, okay, in lore, they're supposed to be like, oh, Carroburg greatswords. They're so badass. There's only 15 of them. They only have up to 2 armor, right? Like, they're kind of just dog shit. Like, why the fuck do I even bring them around? I don't know. Here's what I'll do. I'll give my swordsman the banner, and then I'll give the greatswords the enchanted shield. This item can only be utilized by troops who are normally able to use a shield. Okay, well, fuck me then. Alright, well, never mind. The banner you get. Can Flagellants use a shield? I don't think so. Porky dorky, Borky morky. So true. And Cade, thank you so much for the subscription. For the 4 Tier 1 sub. Thank you, gamer. Appreciate it. Alright, I think we're good. Let me save.
Bernhardt, what are you doing here? Indulging in swordplay with greenskins while the undead legions march across the Empire?
Just passing the time.
You, cannon and mortar crews, stay where you are.
Taking up war as a profession now, Witch Hunter?
As a representative of the Emperor, I am commandeering one of those war engines for the mission to Sylvania. Now, cannon or mortar? Which one shall I choose?
Oh, this
You
motherfucker. I'm gonna kill this man. I don't
choose.
care.
I won't stand here bandying words with you. I have an urgent mission to fulfill. I must leave immediately.
More heretics to burn?
You'll end up in hell, Bernhardt!
I was born there.
Oh, he's so fucking cool, chat. I want his kids. Oh my god. Anyway, keep the cannon or keep the mortar. The mortar is better, so... The mortar has less range, but it can instant kill both single targets and multiple entities, so we're keeping the mortar.
Commander, I must return the steam tank to Altdorf. Thank you for your help.
I'm surprised you're
mention
still
it.
alive.
Klaus, we resume the march to Sylvania and Castle Drakenhof.
Undead horde waiting up ahead.
Launch the assault!
Actually, this is a good question. Can I adjust my spells as an Actually Wizard, or is it just like pure random? Fireball. I think it might be pure random. I think you get Dispel Magic as a base, and then you get just like 2 random spells. Like, it'd be kind of cool if there's like something I can hit to like make it work, right? Because Burning Head is way fucking better than Flamestorm. Or Blast is also really good too. I haven't even seen any of these other spells. Except the Wings of Fire. Ah, Sylvania. A classical shithole. Excuse me. It's actually Stirland. It's not Sylvania. It's legally Stirland. Tell that to the peasants and the vampires. Or Stirland. I was actually talking about this in my Discord. Someone asked me if I were to live in a province of the Empire, what would be my least liked province beyond Sylvania? And the answer, of course, was Stirland. Wait, I said keep the fucking mortar. What the fuck is this? This is the cannon. God damn it. Motherfucker. Right. Oh, duh. Chat, can I be honest with you? I'm tired, alright? Like... I'm gonna keep the mortar. I hit the wrong button.
Launch!
I was about to blame the game, but no, that was my fault. Too much hypno, too much hypno. Got 2 more. Rise of Nations, Rise of Legends, and Universe at War, Earth Assault. So Universe at War was one of those games I would always see at Blockbuster, but never try. I haven't played Rise of Nations, but I saw Seth Zintak's video on Rise of Legends, and that seems like really fun. In my Wifrip 4E review, Maringatsu, which I'm totally not plugging and not saying that everyone should watch, I actually mentioned that Stirland in many cases seems more defined by Sylvania's presence than without it, which honestly is very unfortunate. Would an Ostermark be worse? I mean, Ostermark has like aid from the Dowie, and Ostermark also has like, I don't know, like their economy is just better, I believe. Yeah, because Ostermark has like Bachoven, they got Kislev trade, they got Dwarven trade. Like yes, there is like, you know, like the Battle of Helfen, like that area, right? So like the vampires do commonly go into Ostermark, but I think it's like I feel crossing the River Ster is way easier than going north. Just because like when you go east, right? The only thing you have to deal with is Stirland and the Halflings. But if you go north, you have to deal with Ostermark, Telebeckland, the Dowie, Kislev, right? You have to deal with a lot of fucking shit when you go north. It just doesn't seem like a much. The prospect does not seem as doable. Okay, actually, I'm gonna try something like this because obviously I'm gonna accidentally shoot my mortarmen if I put the mortar up front. But right now I can see. Is that a vampire? Pog. Vampires are the hottest type of undead. And yes, it's because of the hypno eyes, alright? It's a fetish, alright? Deal with it. Reverend Evelyn, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, gamer. Porky, I got Wifrit books for Christmas. Nice! Last Christmas, I got a Total War art book, and I got Up in Arms. 4th edition. Speaking of chat, after we're done with our Sunday Wifrip game, our Sea of Claws, we're going to be doing Wifrip 1st edition, and we're going to be doing part 1 of The Enemy Within. Because I am doing a complete walkthrough and review of Castle Drachenfels, and I feel scummy if I were to, like, if I were to review Castle Drachenfels without actually physically playing 1st edition, because so many TTRPG reviewers review a TTRPG, and it's just, like, a raw video of them looking at the book and flipping through it, like, nonsensically, and just yapping. And like, when I make a TTRPG review, I want it to be, like, comprehensive and, like, lived in. But that's just me. Rise of Legends is Kino. Unfortunately, you can feel that it was rushed in development. I wish that someone with good money had taste remade the game well. True. Yeah, Zephyr, I do that. You know, I just say it. Roberts' modern games are such a disappointment for the most part, especially those types of games. Like, I feel that, like, I don't know, when it comes to just, like, modern gaming, I get a lot of, like not new games, just, like, updates to old games, and, you know, it's like, when Arc Raiders comes out, it's like, oh, of course, it's another extraction shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like, the genre has yet to receive another level of, like, significant growth, and I think that's what's kind of preventing me from enjoying modern gaming more. Oh no, it definitely makes sense, Sir Ian. You can know how to play a TTRPG to review and not actually play it to review it. I just feel that there's a level of, like, I don't want to say hypocrisy because it's not that strong, but it's just kind of like there's just a little bit of unease for me when I were to do it, if that makes sense.
Open fire! Open fire!
You will die horribly.
Oh my god. Oh my god, did you hear that, chat? Like, That vampire likes me. He said I'll die horribly. Oh my god, he's like focused on me right now. Oh my gosh. It's like that meme of like like a woman getting choked out, like, oh, do you think he likes me? Oh god. As long as we can keep those crossbowmen out of range for the arty, I think we're good. Zephyr, it's called the flensing knife, okay? Keep trying me.
Target received.
Is that Jack? Is that my cat? My beast?
Open fire.
What? He's yapping. I'm not sure if you guys can hear. I think the noise gate. Oh, Jack. I know you like bothering me during streams. What's up, OptiPersona? Welcome in, gamer.
Target received.
My holiday was alright, I dare say. It was pretty chill, honestly. I didn't, like, you know, no, like, massive gifts or anything like that, right? Just some, like, workout clothes, a little bit of money here and there, and, yeah.
Target received. Open fire.
Warcraft 3 remastered. Ooh, good hit, my mortar. Hell yeah. Based and supreme. What, Jack? What are my spells? Oh, I get more spells! Oh, okay, Jack, okay. Hang on, my cat's trying to be a cat. Okay. Come on. Come here, Mr. Man. Hello, baby, hello. Okay. Oh, it's because I see. Hey, it's okay. There you go. I put a sweatshirt over his chair. So he kept bothering me, so I put a chair next to mine so he can have his chair and I can have my chair. But I put a sweatshirt on it and he didn't like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jack. I need like a cat cam or something. If this doesn't hit, I'm just gonna like just teleport in Flamestorm. Hello. Hello, Jack. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for defying you. There you go.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, Jack is he's a very long-haired, like snow-colored kitty. He's like a Siamese crossbred with something else. I have no idea. But he's like a Siamese mutt, basically. So, because when he was a kitten, we thought he was just like a pure like Siamese. But then when he grew up, he had long hair. The coloration is lighter. It's like more gray instead of brown. So I don't even know like what he is, but he's like something. Polecat? Maybe. Okay, hang on. I'm using one hand and not in that way because I'm petting the cat. He is cute. In Discord, I will frequently just be like, cat cam. There he is. He's a good boy. Alright, I think it's time for us to move up. We shall be careful, and if the vampire reveals himself, I will mortar his ass.
Yes, my lord.
The flagellants are immune to psychology, so we will move them up first.
Aye, sir.
I can get pretty tactical with the Wings of Fire here, so should be good.
Aye, sir. Enemy sighted.
Ghouls coming up.
Yes, my lord.
Really? I didn't know that.
Aye, sir. Open fire!
Also, in this early edition, ghouls are still classed as mortal. Well, in the lore, they're mortal. In later editions, they function on undead rules for, I assume, for the sake of just, like, uniformity. Or that's just a Total War thing. I assume that was just a later edition thing as well.
Hold fire! To arms! Forward!
Charge!
We're under attack! Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted!
Oh shit, so the Vampire Lord is respawn, or he's like come back. We've got 4 wraiths. That's honestly the big problem here. I'm a little worried about, and then more ghouls. Okay. Get the artillery to try and snipe the Lord.
Open fire!
We should be able to finish off these ghouls, no problem.
To the death!
I like in Dwarf Fortress those undead rules that, or the undead, zones where if anything dies, it revives, and it's like, oh, you're a fisherman and you catch some fish, the fish wakes up, and it strangles you. Shit, do I have any magic weapons to deal with the raids? I think literally the Grudgebringers are all I have.
Target lost! Target lost!
Back up, back up.
Enemy sighted! Forward! Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Forward! Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Engage! Forward!
Charge!
We're terrified!
I'm literally just having the flagellants hold them
Aye, sir.
while I get an actual charge in.
Charge! Open fire! Our weapons pass through it!
I
Target
know.
received. Open fire! To the death!
Miragatu says, pretty sure ghouls are mortal in 40k. Weren't they cursed Strigoi people when the Strigoi nation collapsed? So in fantasy, ghouls are not necessarily like Strigoi. They're not necessarily the Strigossi or the Strigony. The Strigony are actually mortals. They're normally the Warhammer version of the Romani people. And so you can actually play as one in Nations of Mankind and Wifrip. They're not like, they have like lore spirits, and like they have like they don't basically have like fear of undead essentially, right? or at the very least fear of like what they class as like, oh, their ancestors, their spirits, these nobles, these lords, right? They're kind of more preferential to actually worshiping undead than other like humans, just because it's part of their culture. But there's no like, you know, they're not necessarily ghouls. The ghouls are mortals who have cannibalized dead flesh and have taken in so much. Because flesh is a very easy spot for the congealment of dar, right? And what happens when dar congeals? Becomes warpstone. They slowly but surely degenerate over time into like warpstone like creatures functionally. Not like warpstone creatures, but you know, mutated creatures. Ghouls are just mutant cannibals who have been led to serve by an undead lord. And Strigoi have an almost unnatural affinity because Strigoi, much like the ghouls, eat dead flesh. Because the Strigos Empire was completely destroyed due to Neferata's machinations. Because Neferata was like, what's this? A society of vampires and humans living together in peace and harmony? No. and then the survivors of that event became the Strigoi, or known as the Strigoi Ghoul Kings.
Open fire! Yes, my lord. Our weapons pass through it. We're under attack. To the death. Watch your fire. Watch your fire.
So warpstone, like, so warpstone is not like cannibalism. Warpstone is just congealed bodies of dar magic, and it just so happens that mass graves and people who would eat bodies, right, are just, you know, those are congealed. Those are just areas that are very heavily saturated with magic, right? So there's a higher chance of dar magic, a higher chance of mutation. Usually, large amounts of bodies are shaiish, and it's decently easy to use dar and shaiish in tandem, right? It's why there's so many necromancers in the Empire, because that's what necromancy is, taking the wind of death, of shaiish, and combining it with dark magic, right? Dark magic being the ability to rend the winds to your will. So while the wind of magic itself is sort of, you know, the Amethyst Wizards is more about the acceptance of death, a necromancer uses that same power, but twists it to his dark whims, specifically to deny death. Yeah, the Strigan, like, I'm sure some ghouls are Strigany, but not all of them. The Strigany are still exist. They're still walking around. They're heavily like I'm not sure if oppressed is the right word, but they're heavily like persecuted in the Empire, in most like cities, on account of the fact that because of their history and because of their strange beliefs, right? So if you play as a in Wither 4th edition, if you play Big Boss's Nations of Mankind supplement and you play as a Strigany, you actually start with like lore spirits, and like you start with I think animal affinity as well. So like you know, as this character, you're kind of this very like kind of traveling nomadic character who kind of worships vampires over gods. And even though you're not necessarily doing anything wrong, if you out those beliefs, it's no surprise why you would be kicked out of the city at best and put at the stake at worst. So they very commonly like traverse the rivers. Like the River Reich, you'll see a lot of Strigany there.
Enemy sighted.
Well, it's a good thing because I am a master at Warhammer Fantasy, mostly. I'm a journeyman. There you go. I'm a level 75 out of 100. I'm an expert. I did get schooled that one time. I didn't know the Skaven, the names of the Great 13, you know. Well, I knew the 13th, Horned Rat, obviously. When are you going to go over the gnomes in the 4th edition supplement? Did I not do that in my video? thought I did.
Target received.
Yeah, I did. I remember. I did go over the gnomes. I didn't like do like a review or like a video of the gnomes, but in my 4th edition supplement, I went over like every race, every species, and then I did an expansion video for the dwarves and the elves.
Open fire.
I don't even want to deal with this vampire. I just want to like get like a lucky mortar hit in and just kill him instantly. Pretty sure I did. Okay. I'm thinking here. I'm thinking like I just teleport next to him and just flamestorm him. That's like my guess. But I don't want to get like instantly killed, you know? I'm just gonna like teleport right here.
Target lost.
Hey! This son of a
Target
bitch!
lost. Enemy sighted. Forward.
Get behind the tower so he can't like just instant kill me with Wind of Death.
Spell negated.
Not negated, bitch. No. Waste all your spell points. I don't care.
Enemy sighted. Spell negated.
Ugh.
Forward.
Alright, get behind the trees.
Open fire. Open fire.
It's all good, Maringato. I don't expect people to know every detail of stuff I make. You're fine. What would it take to get... I need a Rosemo on the milking farm through... I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea who those people are, so I don't know. I don't know. Anywhere from not a lot to a lot. Yes, come along, little wraiths. Come to the Plarbus. Hell yeah, lucky shot with the cannon. Fuck yes. Instant death. Fuck you. Die. I think that's how Vlad actually fell. One of the first times.
Yes, my lord.
Got rezzed by the ring, but
Aye, sir. Engage. Charge. To the death. Charge. To the death. Aye, sir. Our weapons pass through it. To the death.
it's true. It's true.
To the death. Our weapons pass through it. To the death.
Boom. Fuck yeah. I didn't even loot. Okay, I lost to 8 Grudgebringer in the charge. Very sad. Alright, let us continue moving, slowly but surely.
Yes, my lord. Forward.
My assumption is that I have to, like, get to the magic item.
Enemy sighted. I have it. Enemy sighted.
Wand of Jet, based, supreme even. All my spells go down by 1 point. Fuck yeah. I am a god, alright?
Aye, sir.
I am a true flame goddess. Die! Can I overcast this? No, sad. Who lives in pig barter? I can never find if they were humans or... Okay, pig barter is actually really cool. And the reason everyone likes it is because it's just kind of a meme. But pig barter is a small ogre settlement that started accepting humans. So there's essentially 2 levels of pig barter, right? Because it's like on the mud and it's all like, you know, like it's like a stilt town, right? The top of pig barter, you will see humans and ogres, right? And they're just chilling. Or, you know, what a society of ogres would be, which is, you know, very rough and tumble, a lot of bullying, but, you know, humans and ogres generally get along in both fantasy and 40k. However, there's an undercity, and that is the Gnoblar shacks underneath the town, underneath the stilts, and they basically try and steal and pickpocket and do whatever they can, you know, maybe even working for some of the upsiders, but not, like, visibly, right? Doing whatever they can to eke out a living. And very commonly, Gnoblar pig jousting is like a very common activity in pig barter, hence the name pig barter, right? So you know, if you want to trade with like Greasus or whatever, right? Like some ogre clan, a merchant might, you know, come out to meet you in pig barter instead of you going to the Mountains of Morn, because going like in that zone, right, you have to pay like a giant tax. And it's much more dangerous. Instead, you can go to pig barter. You know, you can you know, play some pig jousting bets, right? And then you know, do whatever trading you need, and then leave, because it is right next to a pretty big port, so you can just like use that. However, if you go on land, the travel to pig barter, you probably have to, honestly, I would worry quite heavily about like Skaven attacks, maybe like banditry or monster attacks, and then beyond that, Chaos Dwarf attacks. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not sure what's worse. Because with Skaven, you'll die quickly. But with Chaos Dwarves, you'll be a slave for your whole life. And it'll suck. It will not be good. No, it's Gnoblars. I thought it was Gnoblar.
Yes, my lad.
Are they moving? They are. Let's get out of the way.
Yes, my lad. Target received. Target received. Forward. Open fire. Open fire. Aye, sir. Open fire. Open fire. Yes, my lad. Forward. Aye, sir. Yes, my lad. Charge! Yes, my lad. Yes, my lad. Yes, my lad.
Fuck, don't get terrified. Oh, okay.
Open
It's fine.
fire.
We can actually use this to our advantage. We'll force this charge into the Flamestorm.
Yes, my lord. Charge! Target received. Aye, sir. Open fire! Open fire! Attack! Charge! Hold fire! Open fire! To the deck! Watch your fire! Yes, my lord. To the deck!
Well, I guess my point is that when it comes to being a slave for the Skaven, they'll just like, you know, the moment you collapse, they'll just fucking kill you. The moment you collapse with the Chaos Dwarfs, they'll give you a serum where you feel like 10 times pain, but you're still able to move around, and then they'll kick the shit out of you. And like, they're very efficient with their slavery, right? So, as under the Skaven, you could, at the very least, kind of gauge yourself, right? Because Skaven always believe themselves to be superior. The Chaos Dwarf knows exactly what you can do, and if you don't work up to standard, you're getting your ass beat, and you're getting another selection of ouchie ouchie serum pain, and it's gonna be hell. And then one day, when you're 80, you'll get thrown into the braziers of Hashut.
Watch your fire! Help us! To the deck! Charge! Open fire! Engage! Forward! Charge! We're terrified! Hold fire!
Can I just, like, auto-complete the mission if I just, like, teleport to the end point or something?
Aye, sir.
There's still more
Enemy
enemies?
sighted.
Oh my god, there's still more
Aye, sir.
enemies. Holy shit. Doesn't the Chaos Dwarf sacrifice slaves to Hashut? Yes, they do. However, I imagine the sacrifices are probably in relation to how many slaves the particular Chaos Dwarf hold has. You know, if you sacrifice every slave 1,000,000 times, right? Like, every slave population, right? You're gonna have no slaves, and they rely on slaves to run, right? So basically, if you have a surplus, yeah, you're kind of fucked, but if you're, like, needed, you got a while, at the very least. Like, the Skaven, for example, the Skaven have Skaven slaves, right? They can just enslave each other, right? But I'm like, going under the assumption that you're, like, a traveler, and you're going through, like, the road to pig barter, right? So, the Chaos Dwarf clans, you're gonna find, like, the more, like, outcast, like, you know, frontier clans. So, like, they're gonna have way less slaves. And it's like, sure, is there a chance they might sacrifice you? 100%. But it's a much greater chance of living a much horrible life much longer compared to the Skaven, is my point.
Target received. Open fire. Target received. Open fire.
Using Flamestorm to force the enemy to commit or, like, turn around is very good, I will say. Its damage is very lackluster, but it's a good control spell.
Hold fire! Hold fire! Open fire! Hold fire!
I told my Bright Wizard that he was stinky, and he got really angry at me.
Aye, sir. Yes, my lord.
Gotta love one of the most lore-friendly spells in an Akshi Wizard's arsenal. The Zone of Spiciness, in which you cast it on a bunch of food, and the food is nominally more spicy than before. I think it can also it can like turn food spicy. It can turn water into alcohol, into like spirits, and that's like way more useful, I feel. Or I forgot the last one. Whatever.
Forward!
Did I win?
Forward!
We have the magic. I'm just gonna like go over here real quick.
Aye, sir. Enemy sighted!
Aha! Sneaky, sneaky. Before I leave, I'm gonna burn down this house for no reason.
Forward! Yes, my lord.
Did you do anything fun on Boxing Day? I did not. Unless today was Boxing Day, then yes. I was on a forced road trip to a historic landmark in my state.
Forward!
True.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, so like if you go into like I personally recommend using second edition's Catastrophic or Moomian's Catastrophic miscasts. Because like the major miscasts are still like not miscasty enough. The minor miscasts, however, are quite amusing. Milk goes bad, a random a baby that is born within willpower miles turns into a mutant, right? Shit like that. And honestly, if you're in like a rural area, you can actually make that mutant like a part of some story you're doing as a GM, and that's kind of fun. There's some things you can do. And then let's see here. I'm trying to think of like some of the others. Oh, Entangled. That was my very first miscast. I went to do a petty spell, specifically Dart, or yeah, it was it Dart? I think it was Drain. I don't remember. I was playing Rough Nights and Hard Days. I was a player. And I drain a guy. And I do a critical cast. Okay. But I get a miscast. So I hit him with the drain. I drain him. And then my clothes, like my belts unfurl. My sleeves undone. Right? And they just like straitjacket me. And they just start like binding me. And I fall to the ground. And I'm all like bound by my own clothes. I was like, damn. Damn, it's kind of hot.
Open fire!
Oh god, chat, you ever just like drink water and it's the most delicious thing you've ever experienced?
Forward!
Chat, are any of you those people who like can't drink water? Can you explain that to me? I don't get
We
it.
are victorious!
Oh yeah.
Yes, my lord.
Oh wow, we've basically lost nothing. I think we have more than enough to just refill our entire... Yeah, we have more than enough to refill our entire complement and maybe get an upgrade? There's nothing to really upgrade. We can upgrade the armor on our artillery, but that doesn't really matter, does it?
You're here. At last.
A battle got in my way. You should try fighting in one sometime. Have you searched the castle Carstein yet?
The castle is deserted. Empty corridors, empty rooms, empty halls.
Where's the Countess?
Why are you so concerned?
It's personal.
It so happens there was one room that wasn't quite empty. I found the Countess there, alive and unharmed.
No mango. Are you allergic or you
She
just don't like
is.
mango?
Commander, somehow I knew you'd come.
I
No,
guaranteed your
my
safety
love
with my
interest. Get
personal
out of here,
word.
you whore.
I try to keep my promises.
Here.
No,
this is the
Bernhardt's
least I
mine.
can do.
No.
Accept this
Fuck.
gift. The Heart of Woe. It has a magical potency.
Over
A
chat.
generous gift, Countess.
I owe you far more.
Think nothing of it.
I'm like
Klaus,
sniffling.
make sure the Countess is kept safe and gets the best of care. The very best.
I know, it's personal.
Matthias, have you
I
found
had a
anything
plan,
else of value
Arthur.
in the castle?
I had a plan.
I told you not to call me! Oh, never mind. I found an entrance which may lead under the castle. If it does, I'll lay long odds that Count Carstein is down there, in the tunnels. Or perhaps a crypt.
Then we'll explore those tunnels. Klaus, ready the men.
We'll have to leave the artillery on the surface. They're not able to negotiate the tunnels. Otherwise, ready and willing.
Alright, I just want to make sure my infantry are fully upgraded because we're probably going to need them. Tony Soprano and Ready or Not sounds very funny. Cutscene. Oh, this is where Toby lives, in the mines. Toby and his skeleton friends. Jerry, no! Jerry, no! Oh my god, Jerry just fucking died immediately. Oh hey, more spells. So we got Blast, Fireball, and Burning Head. Excellent. We're gonna need it. Chat, I now know the name of one of my potential like alts. If I ever need to make an alt. It'll be something along the lines of the Dark Omen skeleton. And it'll just be a picture of him before his demise.
Be ready, foul bloodsucker. I come to lay you to rest once and for all.
The duel is mine. Kill them, my slaves.
That's supposed to be me and Fred. Back when he had hair. Honestly, the wand of Jet here is gonna, like, help us immensely.
Yes, my lord. Forward! Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Forward! Enemy sighted! Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Target received. We're under attack! To arms. Engage. Charge!
Fuck. We're gonna have to restart. That was a bit too risky. Don't be mean to Manfred von Kuckstein, alright? Look, alright. His wife's boyfriend just got him a Switch, okay? Don't be mean. God, these narrow tunnels actually kind of fuck me over a bit.
Aye, sir. Be ready, foul bloodsucker. I come to lay you to rest once and for all.
The duel is mine. Kill them, my slaves.
Enemy sighted! Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. Halt! Halt!
Any cool dogs of war in this game? That's a good question. I don't actually think so.
Engage! Forward! Yes, my lord. Attack! Yes, my lord. Charge! Aye, sir. Forward! Charge! Engage! Forward! Enemy sighted! We're under fire! Enemy sighted! Charge! Aye, sir.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, like, the dogs of war, quote-unquote, that we're playing as is, like, the grudge bringers. But if I remember correctly, I don't think there's any, like, specific, dogs of war, like, unique characters we play here. It's mainly, like, you know, like... I remember, because I know there's, like, there's dwarves, there's elves, but, like, the main faction is humans versus greenskins or humans versus undead.
sighted! We're under fire! Forward! Yes, my lord. Aye, sir. Forward! Forward! Aye, sir. We're under fire! Aye, sir.
Oh, there's a fucking minecart in the way.
Enemy sighted!
How's that minecart obscuring my vision?
Target
Kill Manfred.
received.
Kill that little idiot.
We're under fire! To arms! Aye, sir. Target lost! Charge! Enemy sighted! Target received! Yes, my lord. Target received! Forward! Engage! We're under fire! Forward! Aye, sir. Forward!
Make it a better angle.
We're under attack! We're under fire! Our weapons pass through it! Watch your fire! Attack! Charge! Attack!
Oh shit! Well, that's a million horsemen burned alive.
Through it! Yes, my lord. Attack! Charge! Yes, my lord. Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! Charge! Enemy sighted! Spell negated! Retreat! Our weapons pass through it!
God damn it! Fuck! Oh my god. Chat, this level's hard. I can be your angle or your devil. Oh. This pendant is enchanted with a life-sensing force, which, when the bearer is slain, causes the heart to explode. Any troop caught in the blast is hit with potentially huge force, and if wounded, suffers terrible damage. Alright. I think we are good. As usual, I think the key to this mission is basically microing the mage properly.
Yes, my lord.
And God help you if your mage died earlier. I guess you're just fucked. I don't know.
The duel is mine. Kill them, my slaves.
I guess my problem is that I overextended with these guys. And then with the crossbowmen, I just I let them get
Yes, my lord.
hit. And we don't want that.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Target received.
Oh god. So I was actually thinking of making a Shadow of the Horned Rat challenge video. Can you beat Shadow of the Horned Rat without any cheats? I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I had to cheat in that game multiple times in order to beat certain levels. Not all the levels. Like the final battle, I didn't need to cheat. But some levels you actually do need to fucking cheat. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I could. I don't know. I don't know. It's that hard.
Target destroyed. To the death.
Got that would rock. Myth 2 is just a game that rocks.
To the death.
So far, so good.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Enemy sighted. We're under fire. Enemy sighted.
Yes, my lord.
Forward.
Aye, sir.
We're under fire. Forward.
Aye, sir.
Forward. Enemy sighted.
Aye, sir.
Forward.
Yes, my lord. Aye, sir.
Attack.
Aye, sir.
Enemy sighted. Charge. Enemy sighted.
Aye, sir.
Target received. Spell negated. Charge. Target lost.
Aye, sir.
To arms. Enemy sighted.
Yes, my lord.
Target received. Charge.
Yes, my lord.
Enemy sighted.
Second wave incoming.
Open fire.
Yes, my lord.
Target lost.
Yes, my lord.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. To arms. Charge. We're under fire. Open fire. Target lost. Enemy sighted. Open fire. Forward. Forward. To arms. Forward. Target lost.
Enemy lost.
Enemy sighted. We're under fire. Open fire. Target lost. Enemy sighted. To arms! Charge! Open fire! We're under fire! We're under fire! Charge! Retreat! Attack! We're under fire!
What? Your miscast didn't work? Fuck, chat. God damn it. Oh my god, he's literally my most important character. I can't lose this fucking Action Mage. Oh, fuck. Makes me so sad. Oh, give me a second. I shall be right back.
And it will be a time of great strife, when the moons are united in darkness, and the dead shall walk the earth once more.
Thank you for the stretch. I am back. I got some apple juice. What I will say about Total War and the undead is that the undead in Total War literally just like when they released the undead in Warhammer 1, they made the magic system, quote unquote, like it's a big thing, but like they just replaced gold with dark magic. Like it literally means nothing. Like you can trade it as if it is magic, so it just doesn't matter. No, instead of just generic dark magic, what if they actually instituted a gold system for levies and a magic system for undead? That would have been interesting. But Warhammer 1, they weren't really taking a lot of risks, honestly. I know, it's almost like I have tons of good ideas. And every idea I say should be listened to. Oh god. Okay. Time to continue. What's your favorite undead? Ooh. Here, let me get a drinky. I am ruining my poor little bronchitis throat. My favorite undead is probably the Lamian, I'd say. Lamian vampire. If you're asking about within Warhammer. And yes, it is because they are pretty vampires. I like pretty, I don't like cool. That is my my reference sheet if I enjoy something or not.
Yes, my lord. Be ready, foul bloodsucker. I come to lay you to rest once and for all.
I didn't even know that was a joke, but
All is mine.
I guess it is
Kill
now.
them, my slaves.
Forward! Aye, sir. Enemy sighted! Forward! Forward! Yes, my lord. Target received! Enemy sighted!
Hello, Ultima. Welcome in. That's me. A bouncing wiggly porkers. Yes.
Charge! Forward!
Filled with Warhammer and HYPNO. My two favorite things.
Forward! I protest, my lord. Yes, my lord. We're under fire! Forward! 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 Aye, sir. Enemy sighted! We're under fire! To the death! Enemy destroyed! Forward! Enemy sighted! We're under fire! Forward! Forward! Enemy sighted! We're under fire! Enemy sighted! We're under fire! Yes, my lord. Charge! Enemy sighted! Open fire! Engage! Aye, sir. Watch your fire! Aye, sir. We're under fire! Help us! Target lost! Charge! Yes, my lord. Enemy sighted! Forward! We're under fire! Open fire! Charge! Forward! Retreat! Target lost! Watch your fire! Enemy sighted! Help us! Help us! Target
received. Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted.
Yes, my lord.
Forward. We're under fire. Charge.
Charge!
We're under attack. We're under fire. Charge.
Sir Ian asks, hey Porkers, any tips on Astalia as my Warhammer group that I'm leading is going to start an adventure near there? It's going to be a seagoing adventure. Let me think. So the north of Astalia, Bobali, that is like a pretty well-known port. And then you also have, I think it's Magretta. In terms of lore, we don't know much beyond the fact that like Myrmidia is like core to Astalia's culture. Given that Astalia has a lot of like seafaring trade with like the New World as well, you can totally infest the area with like tons of pirates. And as you get closer to like Tabaro, like the sea area there, like the south of Astalia, you can even get some like some Skaven ooh, Clan Scurvy. I looked them up. I think they're in 4th edition. As I drink more apple juice. To cleanse the scratch in my little throat. But yeah, I like, I think Clean Scurvy is a good one, honestly. You also have a lot of maybe some potential like greenskin scenarios because greenskins are pretty heavy in Bretonia. So, and Bretonia and Bobali are right next to each other. So maybe in the north, you could focus on like, you know, Bretonian, Astalia ex-Bretonian politics with some green skinning in there, right? And as you get into like the central area, right, the more mountainous zone, the Arano Mountains, I think they're called. Maybe you could have some sort of like, you know, maybe like beastmen or some harpies or something, and along the coast, right? Clan Scurvy, Skaven pirates, Astalian pirates, even Bretonian pirates, but not as much there. Maybe Talayan. You could also do some like high elf stuff because Ulthuan is not close, but it's there, right? They definitely take a lot of trade there. I mean, hell, you could like do almost any faction. I feel the more I'm thinking about it, with the exception of like Norska, because the seas are just way too well patrolled. Ain't no way a Norskin will go to Astalia like before going to like other places. I mean, he might, but he'd be stupid. And yeah, for on land, 100%. Pike and shot, tercios, arquebuses, classic. Damn, that shit hits. You could do Sartosa, although I feel that Sartosa is more part of a Talayan adventure. Although, to be fair, Talaya, Estalia, Border Princes, Araby could all have Sartosa in it. It just kind of depends on like the scale of your adventure and where exactly you're going.
Yes, my lord.
I would also make sure to incorporate a lot of like Astalian culture where you can, just because I think that's cool.
The jewel is mine.
So you know, maybe like maybe the group encounters like I don't know. What sounds something suitably like Astalian? Okay, this sounds Astalian enough to me. Okay, this idea. A bunch of like Diestro pirates that don't want your gold. They want like a good duel. So like it's like, oh, I'll honor you. I'll honor the duel, right? Like, you know, so player v, you know, big strong enemy. But if the players act dishonorable, right, then it's piracy time. Like,
Yes, my lord. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord.
Target received. We're under fire.
Aye, sir.
Attack! Charge! Charge! To the back!
Engage.
Enemy destroyed.
I see, we're having that glitch today. What's the best at Lecter County and why isn't Midland? Get out. I'm just kidding. The best county in the state of electors that is known as the Empire is, and always will be, Hockland. Fuck you, all anti-Hockland enjoyers. Fuck all Reichlanders. Fuck all Middenheimers. Fuck all Middenlanders. Fuck all Nordlanders. Okay, fuck all Telebecklanders, Ostermarkers, Ostlanders, Sterlanders, Mootlanders, Slovenians. Fuck them all. Marienburgers. Yes, I am an imperial nationalist. I do believe Marienburg should be a part of the Empire. Fuck them all. Because Hockland is superior. Signature look of superiority. Hockland is a hunter state. While they do have some veneration for Tall, they're basically renowned for their gunpowder, their hunting, and the Hockland College of Sorcery, which is pretty much like discount like Hogwarts. And when I say discount Hogwarts, I mean Hogwarts is like College of Sorcery type shit, right? Or Schools of Magic, you know, in Altdorf. The Hockland College of Sorcery is like probably nowhere near that, and is probably like, you know, we've accidentally turned 3 students into rats, and we can't change them back. Like, you know, they're like the cheap school. Chat, I'm just gonna have to turn off the sound. I'm gonna have to restart the game to fix the peak sound issue, but for now, I am legit just gonna turn off the sound. Every sound is just gonna peak eventually. Because I'm not sure if it's like a memory leak or what, but like we're just gonna turn it off right now. It's unfortunate, but Averland is safe. That's true. It's very simple, Varkas. Averland, I kind of vibe with Marius Lightdorf. He and I are like on the same like wavelength, so he's safe. Yes, the Hockland College of Sorcery is the intercity version of Altdorf's College of Sorcery. I'll put it at like 1, just so I can hear the call outs, so I kind of, know if my men are being attacked or whatever. 3, how about that? That is still ear-piercingly loud. I'll stop getting her to go on Lorans, else she'll never finish the game. But Lorans are my favorite part of streaming. I love doing Lorans. They're fun.
Enemy destroyed. Enemy sighted. Charge! Spell negated. We're under fire.
Yes, my lord.
Open fire.
Yes, my lord.
Target lost. Enemy sighted.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. We only lost one guy to that.
Target received. Forward. Threat dispelled. Halt. Target received. Spell negated.
Yep, take 3 burning heads in a row. Thank you, Wand of Jet. Get fucked, you stupid vampire bitch. Burned you to dust. Guadalajara said, redeemed more Hochland lore. Alright, so Hochland, alright, is led by this guy named Aldenbrand Ludenhoff, alright? And I kind of call Hochland the Christmas boys on account of the fact that they have green and red, even though in lore that would be the Mondsteel boys, but we're just going to call them the Christmas boys, okay? All right. And so Aldenbrand is a renowned hunter, and he specifically is very good at hawk and eagle taming to aid in his hunterage. He actually has a relatively prominent position in the end times comparatively to the other elector counts, much to everyone's surprise, but, you know, end times aren't canon, you know. Age of Sigmar isn't canon. Nothing I like is canon. Fuck you, is what I say.
Attack! Enemy sighted. We're under attack. Engage. We fear the enemy. Open fire. We're under fire. Aye, sir. Charge! We're under fire. Yes, my lord.
Okay, so I'll say this when it comes to Games Workshop.
Yes, my lord.
And honestly, Games Workshop has kind of like repeated this across with their other IPs, so it makes sense. All right, so here's Games Workshop, okay? All right. Make really good products. People love it. People buy it. People flock to it. People love it, okay? Make New Edition. New Edition has top-down writing, and as a result, all of the writers leave because they're pissed with the writing quality drop. All of a sudden, the story and the lore and everything is fucking dog shit. Raise prices. Now only like, you know, genuine super nerds who don't even I'm not even saying you'd say super nerd, just people who just care about the game, you know, and the painting remain. Hence, you get a hyper population of people who just buy your models and that's it. Thus, rebrand yourself as a model company. Thus, you are appealing to these people who have the money to spend, right? And slowly but surely, you just see a degradation of like the community, and you see a degradation of like people who like care about it, you know? And I mean, don't even get me started on like, you know, shenanigans or politics or whatever. Chat, Chat, I'm just gonna be honest with you, chat. Okay, can I be real? Can I be real? I got so into my own rant, I wasn't even paying attention to the game. I just killed myself. I'm so... Okay, well, we need to restart anyway. We need to restart anyway to fix the fucking memory leak, so whatever. It's fine. Fuck. I'm so stupid, chat. I'm so fucking stupid. Hang on, I do have to check one thing. Let me... I kind of forgot I have an interview tomorrow, so I kind of need to make sure. I need to know what that time is. Let me double check it's not early so I can keep playing. Let's Yeah, we should be good. All right, cool, cool, cool. Super Lesbian says, either way, I need to sleep. It's 5 a.m. Good night. Have a good night, Super Lesbian. Take care. Did they make any Warhammer Fantasy roleplay in the old world? They did. Unfortunately, it's not called Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. It's just called Warhammer the Old World role-playing game, something like that. So you know all the cool parts about Wifred? They're not in it. Like, okay, I'll say this. The Old World RPG is really good for one-shots, awful for campaigns. And the reason being is that there's not a lot of laterality in careers. There's way less careers. You can't like level up really. You just pick a career, and if you move on, you lose everything from the previous career. It's super simplified. It's super like, you know, like baby's first Warhammer. Like it, I would unironically, like if I had children, I would play like the old world with like my family and like to teach them Warhammer. But I wouldn't play it as a standalone game. It looks like a lot of people are glazing it, but like I don't get it personally. Like I like some of the rules like it did. Like cuz it did actually have some parts that were like clearly indicative of some of 4th edition's drawbacks, and I like that. However, there's no real macro game to the game. It's all like, and I think that's something that like a lot of people kind of miss about Wifrip is that it's not just the first session you play, right? It is, you know, the between the adventures and building your character over time and making this, you know, complex web of careers in which, you know, you are moving not only horizontally through the game, right? But you're also moving vertically, and you're basically creating this really cool combination of careers and social statuses that you can use to your advantage, and that's something you don't find in any other RPG system. And the old world takes that part, that aspect that I love the most about Wifrep, and takes it away. So not that interesting to me anymore. Oh, we have the keyboard glitch. We have to exit again. This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. Merngad just says, reminder that there was no point system or army roster when Age of Sigmar first came out when they wanted to remove all evidence of Rick Priestley's work. Yeah, I remember that. The no army was so like, I don't know, man. It just screams of unprofessional. And that's why I'm just saying, I think it is just more evidence, okay? When it comes to having a consumer line, a consumer series, a product that you enjoy, it's important to be critical of a product. And it's important to acknowledge the problems where they are and not like infight. Because I think that's like a big problem where people they'll call out a product, they'll call out a problem, and then people will just fucking latch on to these people and just be like, can't you just let people enjoy things? Oh my gosh, etc., etc. Stop disliking shit. Stop critiquing. You know, consume, 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 consume. And that response is just like, I mean, honestly, you're just shooting yourself in the foot as a consumer. You know, not actually leveraging like your buying power and not like leveraging anything you have to the consumer. It is quite literally, here, big company, you know, here is my neck. Slap a collar upon it, please. And then they Pikachu face 5 years later when the entire community is gone. Many such cases. I agree, Mirangatsu. No, 100%. The social and career system in Wifrip is unironically unmatched. It's very good.
Be ready, foul bloodsucker. I come to lay you to rest once and for all.
Killfro says, bold words about critiquing, wanting to be collared by a company from Mrs. Secretary. Look, all right. What I do on what I do on the internet, all right. No comment. Hello, Killfro.
Target received.
You know, it's actually interesting. The currency system in Wifrip is actually the same as it is all the way back in first edition. The only difference is that the currency is a little deflated in fourth edition. So, like in first edition, a leather jacket is like 7 gold. In fourth edition, it's more like 1 gold, right? So there's a little bit of deflation going on in fourth edition, but in first edition, it's exactly the same, right? So 1 gold equals 20 silver equals 240 brass pennies. Yeah, I know the currency system by heart. Yeah, I'm that cool.
Target received. Hold fire.
It was base 240. No, that brass pennies are 240 brass pennies to 1 gold silver to 20 silver shillings. 1 gold coin.
Enemy destroyed.
Okay, got all the enemies destroyed. I wish there was an in-mission save system, because this is where I would do it.
Aye, sir. Forward. Halt. Forward. Forward. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Forward.
Obi-Wan. Hello, Obi-Wan. How's it going?
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. Target received. Target lost. Enemy sighted. Yes, my lord. Aye, sir. Enemy sighted. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. We're under fire. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. Forward. Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. We're under fire. Yes, my lord. Aye, sir.
Oh my god, I'm fucking misclicking.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. We're under fire. Help us. Forward. We're under attack. We're under fire. Charge. Retreat. Watch your fire. Target received. To arms. We're under fire. Forward. Attack. Target received. Watch your fire.
Still, that was a nice save on my Archimage. He would have died otherwise.
Under fire. To the death. To arms.
Just need to get him back. Now I see where Total War got its inspiration from. I actually think Total War Shogun 1 came out before Dark Omen. I could be wrong. Judge Money says, I go Eeps. Have a heckin' wonderful night. You heckin' cute villainous. Thank you.
Forward! Help us! We're under fire! Aye, sir. Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! To the death! Engage! We're under fire! Enemy sighted! Yes, my lord. Target received! Yes, my lord. We're under attack! We're under fire! Enemy lost. Enemy sighted! Aye, sir. Forward! Aye, sir. Engage! Charge! Retreat! Help us! Enemy destroyed! Help us! To arms! Target received! We're under fire! Engage! We're under fire! We're under fire! Engage! Charge! Forward! Target received! We're under fire! Enemy sighted! Attack! We're under fire! Enemy sighted! We're under fire! Aye, sir. Attack! Forward! We're under fire! Yes, my lord. Open fire! Charge! We fear the enemy! Engage! Enemy sighted!
Whites now? God damn it.
Charge! Forward!
This is a bloodbath. This is horrifying.
To the death! Yes, my lord. Halt! Target received! Attack! Hold fire! Charge! Aye, sir.
I'm hoping that Enchanted Shield helps them out here.
To the death! Engage! Charge! Yes, my lord. Charge! Target received!
Have a good night, Sir Ian. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Game is just Total War on its lowest settings. I disagree. I think this is Total War on its highest settings.
Crush them!
It's based and superior.
Glorious!
God, this is a battle. Fuck, man, this is such a battle. Let me alt tab and turn up the game. Oh, is it playing out of the wrong speakers? It might be. OBS, why are you not streaming the sound of this game? Oh, it's just really icy. Rip in peace, flagellants. Rip in pepperoni. Count Karstein is destroyed. Wait, that was Manfred. We just killed Manfred. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. I'm fine with it. This is Manfred's canon end. He just gets fucking killed by Luther Flamestrike.
Count Karstein destroyed. Mission accomplished. I couldn't have done better if I'd been in command myself.
High praise from you. Now let's return to Altdorf and report
And I
our
drink
success
apple
to the
juice.
Emperor.
The artillery has been mobilized for the journey back to Altdorf. Ready to ride, Morgan?
Ready.
I'm pleased to see you back in Altdorf alive and well, Commander. As for you, Witch Hunter, I believe you bring information.
Indeed, my lord.
Uh-oh.
The jewel
My
of
model
Mosley
is freaking
proved
out.
to be
I
a
drank
Warpstone
apple
fact.
juice too much.
It
It's
was
over.
mined by Count Karstein's minion.
Oh no. It's over, chat. There you go.
For what purpose, I'm not yet sure.
I am. While Commander Bernhardt was out on his adventurous jaunt, I once more braved the horrors of the Liber Mortis. It is a source of regret to me that the newly repaired door of the Chamber Unbreachable was again blown off, as a ravening chimera escaped from the grimoire and blasted its foul soul essence into the mortal world. But accidents will happen when dealing with the occult. Be that as it may, after a desperate struggle with a monster composed entirely of fingers, I finally discovered hints about the Jewel and the Dread King. The Jewel was intended to magnify the Dread King's power, feed his strength. And the strength of the Dread King is dread itself. An aura of dread surrounds him, cowing his servants into abject obedience and unnerving his enemies. It is now apparent that Count Karstein was an arch-servant of the Dread King.
I don't know about the Dread King, but as for Count Karstein, he's been destroyed and his plans for the jewel were destroyed with him.
Then a disaster has been averted. If the jewel had been passed to the Dread King, his power would be formidable.
What of my cousin, the Countess?
I brought her back, safe and well. On the return journey, she told me that Karstein desired to make her his vampire bride. We arrived just in time to save her from the Count's fangs.
That's a special debt I owe you, Commander, and one I will not forget.
There still remain 2 more objects to be investigated. The
Bread
Hand of
King.
Nagash and the Black Grail.
Commander, I think it would be wise to search first for the Hand of Nagash.
Is anything known of this hand?
I can tell you little, except that it is a thing of terrible power, and is most likely to be found in the Kislev region.
Kislev? The region is a hotbed of heretics. A man like Bernhardt could easily be led astray by the blasphemous doctrines of that realm. He cannot be trusted to travel there alone. I shall accompany him on the way, and give him the benefit of my wisdom.
Don't put yourself out on my account.
I would suggest that you travel to Kislev by way of Talabheim. The people of Talabheim are in urgent need of help. Good fortune, Commander.
Farewell, my lord.
You know, Chad, I think Carl Francis just giving me the fucking runaround. Oh, you're in my debt. Yeah, just like in the first game, Carl. And where's my infinite barrels of gold? Oh, they're not here? Shocker.
Morgan, an ogre wants to speak with you. He claims to have vital information.
Then let's hear him.
My name's Herblad Rocker.
That's your problem.
It's an honourable name among ogres, my name is. And my word can be trusted, my word can. If you're headed for Talabheim, the road to it's flooded. I can show you another way that goes clear of the town. But you'll have to fight your way along it.
Hard to believe. I've heard no report of any flood. Besides, all ogres are the spawn of the Dark One.
If what
Shut
Erblad
up,
says is
Matthias.
true, he'll be saving us valuable time. But I don't know. I never did trust ogres.
I hardly trust anyone, but I try to keep an open mind. We'll go with Herblad and see what happens.
Now you've got an ogre at your side, your enemies will get a real thumping. You just see if they don't.
Yes, we'll see.
Greenskins ahead!
Told you we'd have to fight, didn't I?
This is folly! Time-wasting folly! I hold you personally responsible for this, Bernhardt!
Then sit down and write a report about it while the rest of us fight. We attack. Now!
Oh, we actually get him on the battlefield. Hell yeah. Oh, we have our artillery back too. Happy day, happy day. Set up by the river here. Jack! I know. I'm a little unsure where to place some of these units right now. Oh, is this a unit of ogres? Yeah, it's a few mercenary ogres. Hell yeah.
Open fire! Open fire! Hold fire! Charge! We're under fire! We're under fire! We're under fire! Help us! Enemy sighted!
Eyes sharp, men. The forest is alive with goblins.
Enemy sighted! Target received! Enemy sighted!
Aye, sir.
Target received! Target received!
Charge!
We're under attack! Target received! Enemy sighted! Open fire! Charge! Enemy sighted!
received. Enemy sighted. Target received. Aye, sir. Forward. Aye, sir. Target received. Open fire. Target received.
Charge!
Target received. Aye, sir. Target lost. Enemy sighted.
Yes, my lord.
Open fire. Target received. Forward.
Charge!
We're under attack.
Charge!
Hold fire. Forward.
I feel this is the start of a new act, particularly because the game suddenly became easy.
Target received. Open fire.
Maybe it's easy because you're getting good. Don't be ridiculous.
Yes, my lord.
A girl gamer getting good?
We're under fire.
Impossible.
We're under fire.
Yes, my lord.
Open fire.
Aye, sir.
We're under fire. Enemy sighted. Target received. Target received. Target received.
Let's go!
Target received. Hold fire.
Aye, sir.
Open fire.
Aye, sir.
Attack.
Charge!
We're under attack. Enemy sighted. Watch your fire. Hold fire. Charge. Enemy sighted.
Jack!
Target received.
Hello, my cutie boy. Oh, what a cat. What a good boy.
Target received.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Target received. Charge.
Charge!
We're under attack.
Yeah, the game didn't really know how to process all that death.
To the dash. Target received.
Aye, sir.
Target received. Target received. Open fire.
Aye, sir.
Oh, Jack! Well, now he is on the desk. He is desk maxing. What a beast. Yes. I shall pet him while I burn my enemies. Hmm. Obi-Wan says, I recently played a Total War Medieval 2 mod for Warhammer. I can recommend that as well, should you ever want to try that out. Oh, is that the, Beginning of the End Times? I've played that. I've played that on stream. Sorry, I didn't get to your message. I was in the zone.
We are victorious!
Oh man, we lose the ogres in 2 missions. That's very sad.
How much further?
Almost there. You're like our chief. He's human, like you lot. Oh, he's real hard, he is. He tells us what to do.
Jack, stop eating
What's
rice.
his name?
Jürgen Muntz.
Jürgen Muntz? He's notorious, a notorious outlaw. Did you hear that, Klaus? I told you ogres weren't to be trusted. I'll have no part of this. I'm leaving right now. Goodbye.
Don't hurry back. Hey, Erblat. What are you getting us into with this Muntz character?
Well, our chief aims to have a bash at a green-skin camp close by and grab the booty. The chief thought you might, fancy having a go at 'em yourself, hmm?
So he knew we were coming? I suppose he's aware of any travelers through his patch of forest. I'll have to talk to the commander about this. Morgan!
What's wrong?
I think we're being manipulated. Jürgen Muntz is behind all this. He's the ogre's chief. It's my guess he concocted this story about the flooded road to lure us into an attack on a greenskin camp. This could be a real time waster, Morgan. And time is often more precious than gold coin.
Ooh, what do you think, chat? Attack the camp or continue to Kislev? Ooh. I have no idea.
What shall I tell the men, Commander?
Well, if my mentor doesn't like the smell of this, I think it's time to continue to Kislev.
What shall I tell the men, Commander?
Time is precious. To hell with the coin. We'll carry on with our journey.
Uh-huh. They didn't like us going our own way, Morgan. Now they've left us in the middle of the forest. We'll have to find our own way out. Probably lose a couple of hours.
Then let's make a move.
We've just crossed the Kislev border, Morgan.
And look who's waiting for us.
Commander Bernhardt, I presume. I am Vladimir Stormbringer, Ice Mage to the Tsarina Katerina. at
Yes,
the
back in
Palace
Old
of
Lore, ice
Kislev.
mages were male.
Her
Hello,
Imperial
John Debo.
Highness has sent me as your formal escort through her lands.
You have an impressive reputation, Vladimir. So, for that matter, has your Tsarina.
Of myself, I say nothing. But the Tsarina is a woman above all others. It was she who saw your coming as she scried the ice crystal. Inside that crystal, she has also witnessed the rise of the undead and their cold, silent invasion of our motherland.
It will be interesting to meet your Tsarina.
Then follow me, Commander.
Why would the ability to do magic be limited to women? So in not necessarily newer lore, but basically as the jump kind of went from like the 90s to the aughts, so the ice court of Kislev, or shall I really shall I really say that the I guess you could call it the ice court, but basically the ice witches, the storm witches, right? They're pretty misandrist, and so if you're a male mage, they either pacify you, or they kill you. So unless you want to be a, I don't know, some sort of like cross-dressing ladyboy harem situation, you know, don't be a magic human in Kislev, a magic male. Just like Bretonia, you'd probably want to go down to the College of Sorcery.
Morgan, more trouble.
Let me guess. Bands of living dead on the road ahead.
Right first time.
They are strange, fearsome beings. The peasants of this region call them the Cursed Ones. The cold dead who eat warm, living flesh. After nightfall, if there is a knock on a cottage door, no peasant will open that door. Children have gone missing.
We'll bring hot war to the Cursed
Can
Ones.
Kislev only do
Ready
ice
the
magic?
troops.
No. Ice magic, however, is very powerful in Kislev, as the ice magic is basically given to Kislev through like... Alright, so the winter around Kislev is basically a giant, state continental-sized ice elemental. Alright? And the ice mages use that power. They can't only do ice magic, right? Like, theoretically, a mage can do any type of magic. With a couple exceptions here and there. But in Kislev, ice magic is so strong that it basically dominates all the other wind types. So it's like, if you live in Kislev, ice magic is the path to power as a magic user. Oh, we can also use an ice mage now. I feel a little iffy on microing 2 mages at once, but we will see. Second question, do the winds of magic actually blow? Yes, they do. The winds of magic generally move along currents. So the more an area has access to water, usually the more magic you'll get. That said, the winds of magic do blow to a mage with second sight, essentially. However, it's not as what you'd think it would be. So, for example, an amber mage with second sight, right? Someone who's attuned to amber magic for a very long time, or perhaps an elf who's attuned to all the winds, in which case, you know, fuck my analogy. But someone who's attuned to amber magic, when they're in places of, like a deep forest or something with a lot of, like, animals in it, they won't just see amber wind, and that's it. No. What they will feel is a deep, biting, kind of, you know, almost soul-crushingly cold wind that's bitter and harsh, like the bite of an animal, like breeze past them, right? A Shaiish wizard might actually take on a ghostly pallor, you know, as he walks through a graveyard, right? He might see through this veil the ghosts of those who have died, and as he looks to his companions, he might even see how they die in the future, right? So the winds do blow, but not in this stereotypical sense, and they normally run along the currents of the water. Which is why, for example, in Nehekara, the winds are actually quite weak, which is why Nehekarans, when it comes to magic, have to master a lot of chants, a lot of rituals. That's why Nagash even made the Black Pyramid of Nagash in the first place, was to draw all the winds to him, because there are no fucking winds in Nehekara. It's very hard. Well, there's none. It's just very hard to get winds, right? So the lore of Slaanesh isn't necessarily a wind of magic. That's more of like a demonic kind of magic, right? debatably, it stems from the power of Slaanesh themselves, right? Kind of like how Slaanesh as a goddess or god is the abstract of like pain, excess, and pleasure, and magic being the stuff of raw chaos is simply taking the smallest sliver of that power and using it for your own whims. It's not necessarily a wind of magic. Or like you also have some, here's an example, like the Beastman lore of the wilds. Is that really its own wind? Is there a wind of the wilds? No. But the lore of the wilds very heavily mimics a combination of amber magic, Gairani magic, right? So beasts and life magic, and maybe just a little bit of Dar. And with that kind of like outlook, you can kind of see like where all the lores kind of come from, right? So like the lore of ruin or the lore of plague, that's very much like either it's probably like a combination of like Dar, maybe some like Nurgle lore via the Great Horned Rat, right? Because he chills out in Nurgle's garden, combined with a little bit of life even. Life for plague, and for ruin, perhaps fire or metal. Alright, so we have Winds of Fire. Oh, so we don't even actually have that great of a... I might not even deploy him this time around, because I want to use, a little Ice Mage here. The Nehakarans, they didn't have super civilization. They were just the first major civilization. You know, their civilization was nothing compared to the empire of man, like, in modern day, right? But Nehakaran won't tell you that. You know, they didn't have gunpowder or anything, right? They're not fucking, like, Agartha. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they were just the first civilization. And they were pretty big for their, you know, they were all-encompassingly large, and that's probably their best trait. Well, chat, an unknown thing of fire comes in and kills my Ice Mage immediately. Your Honor, the Great Horned Rat literally lives in Nurgle's garden. It's implied very heavily. I mean, if you want to take that as if you like, oh, that's not confirmation, hence it's not canon. But like the lore of plague, the Great Horned Rat, disease is a big part of Skaven. Yeah, the Great Horned Rat is obviously a minor aspect of Nurgle. Remembering as well, when pulling back to Chaos Gods and the idea of spheres, right? Just because he's a minor aspect of Nurgle, does that mean he accompanies all of Nurgle? No. Kind of like how Hashut is the god of tyranny and forging, and there's a lot of metal and fire magic, and honestly, he kind of blends a lot of ideals of both Slaanesh, Tzeentch, and Khorne. Coming to the forging, coming to the, like all the magic he uses shadow magic to bend slaves' minds to his will. That's a lot of different ideas he's touching upon, and could be considered a minor aspect of perhaps all those gods. Think of it less as the gods are singular entities and more as a Venn diagram, and it makes more sense. There you go. Were the lizardmen Agartha? The lizardmen, yes. The lizardmen were Agartha. Play down under. What the fuck even was that hit me, though? You know what I'm saying, chat? Like, what even was that? I just died instantly. Everyone died. Very cool. Like, is that scripted? It seems so weird and so sudden.
We're under fire! We're under fire! Halt!
Very true, Kilpearl. The great horny rat does live in Slanish's house. I thought the great horned rat was a remnant of Moorcock's writing. I mean, he probably was, but I'm just talking about fitting him into, like, lore, right? Now I'm curious, which is worse, being enslaved by the Dark Elves, being enslaved by the Scape? We actually had this conversation earlier. God. So, I feel that Chaos Dwarves will use you efficiently. I feel Skaven will not use you efficiently and accidentally kill you. And I feel Dark Elves will deliberately torture you, like, for no fucking reason. So, I want to say Dark Elves is worse. Hey, I mean, I'll say this, all right? When I see an open puzzle piece, I slot the puzzle piece in. Sometimes there is some lore that is completely inconsolable, and you just have to kind of, like, pick one or the other, right? But in cases where the lore fits, I put it there.
We're under fire! Charge! We're under fire! Enemy sighted! Open fire! Open fire! Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! Forward! We're under fire! Engage! Attack! Yes, my lord. Charge! We're under fire! Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted!
I see. Where does the great horned rat go? Right in the square hole. Creamy Waifu says, I am playing a game of 40k Gladius as Tyranids. Very fun. I've heard about Gladius. That's basically like Civilization, but 40k, right? That sounds kind of interesting. Chat, the battle difficulty scaled awfully. Drundevil says, now I'm curious about this. Would you rather be an infant newborn who gets taken alive by the Druchii, or be Malekith stripped of his armor and made... That's an awful what-if scenario! Anyway, I would be Malekith. Reason being, I still have access to fucking dark magic. As an infant newborn, I'm just a fucking infant. But that's not even, like... That's not even like a comparable result, you know. I can defend myself as Malekith. Porky, would you eat the moon if it was made of ribs? I mean, I don't know. Maybe not the whole moon. I'd have a little bite. I'd have a little snibble, and then I'd save the rest for later. That's probably what I would do. If it was made of cheese, I would eat it so hard, because I'm a slut for cheese. Yeah, I'm a little lactose bitch. What even is that? Oh, this feels so fucking unfair, chat. Pork, would you rather fight 100 dwarf-sized dark elves or 10 dark elf-sized dwarves? I'd rather fight 10 dark elf-sized dwarves. Hey, you can't create implications here, John Devil. You just gave me a would you rather. You said made his bitch? That doesn't mean anything. That just means that he's at his mercy currently, okay? There's still a chance for escape. There's still a chance for magic, right? Like, instituting dwarves are lesser? No, but 100 elves are definitely worse than 10 dwarves. Correct, Ultima, correct. I guess I have to spread out a little bit, I suppose. Oh, 10 and 10. Okay. 10 dwarf-sized dark elves or 10 dark elf-sized dwarves. I would still choose the dwarves because they'd probably win on account of their size, and the dark elves would make me hurt first. The dwarves just care about finishing it, right? Their grudge culture generally institutes that they try not to go overboard with their revenge, unless, of course, they're a slayer. If you were to ask, like, high elves, that'd be a different question. I don't know what I would choose then.
Open fire! Open fire! We're under fire! Forward! Enemy sighted! Forward! Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. To arms. We're under fire!
Can I just not deploy, like, cannons in this mission? Legitimate question. Big Trev is comparing dwarves to the pointy ears. That's going in the big book of grudges. That's true. That's going in the book. Let me actually look what these spells do. You start with ice. You start with shield, Hawks of Miska, and Ice Shard. Okay. Protects the chosen friendly regiment from missile fire. The enemy's chances of penetrating the shield are greatly reduced, and the shield remains effective for a short time unless dispelled. The shield offers no protection from melee attacks and is automatically dispelled if the subject enters hand-to-hand combat. That's actually kind of useful. A flock of crystalline hawks appears in the sky above the heads of a nearby enemy unit, unnerving them with their unearthly shrieking. Such a spectacle may cause the target unit to run in fear from... Okay, so don't use this on anything but ghouls. Okay, got it. This is infuriating. Yeah, like the mortar is good, but notice that a thing just threw a fireball and killed my cannon instantly. Okay, like I don't even think it's safe to use like any. I mean, the mortar maybe if I like hide it right here, right there with those that tree symbol, so it's hidden, something like that maybe. So I can like fire above, but pretty much it.
Enemy sighted.
Very true, Big Trev.
Open fire. We're under fire. Forward. We're under fire. Forward. We're under fire. Enemy sighted. Engage. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Open fire. We're under fire.
Legitimate question. What the fuck is that? I literally have no idea.
Target received. We're under fire. Open fire. Charge. Enemy sighted. Watch your fire. We're under fire. Enemy destroyed. Enemy sighted.
Screaming Skull Catapult, you motherfucker.
Forward. We're under fire. Target lost. Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted.
Fuck you. Okay. Alright, chat. This is gonna be cheesy, but I'm gonna do it. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna teleport the Fire Mage right there. I'm just gonna do that instantaneously. Fuck that fucking catapult. That cheesy bitch, alright? Big Trev says, I wish to inform you all I was wrong. There's no such thing as Skaven. That is propaganda, and I have definitely not been replaced by a Skaven gutter runner. Well, of course you haven't, because they don't exist. Alright, Fire Mage, you stay back here. I'm curious, Porky, how do the nations of men deal with things like ghosts? Very simple, Drawn Devil. Get a mage. If you don't have a mage, get someone with a magic weapon. If you don't have a magic weapon, sometimes you can use silver. Sometimes. Otherwise, your best chance is a witch hunter or exorcist who will kill the thing with fire. However, this may or may not work, depending on the type of undead. And that is the answer. Acquiring a mage is probably top. If not, a priest or cleric, either of Moor or perhaps some other deity. If that doesn't work, an exorcist or witch hunter. And if that doesn't work, or you don't have one, I mean, really, that's, you know, more likely, a silvered weapon, or some rare types of, it depends on the spirit, but some spirits are not actually hostile and can be bargained with, right? But I imagine you're referring to hostile spirits, in which case this wouldn't work. I'm just gonna hide everyone behind the trees until I get enough magic. I'm just gonna cheese the fuck out of this. Oh, look, I have enough magic.
Forward. Enemy sighted.
The game had to fucking load.
Enemy sighted.
Damn, that's crazy. Alright, Screaming Skull Catapult is down. Now I can actually play the game.
Enemy sighted. Target received. Target lost.
Target received.
Big Trev says, all right, gotta head off. Enjoy the stream. Happy New Year, Porkers, and everyone in chat. May next year be less unworldly for you all. Have a great night, Trev. Hope your 2026 goes well.
Target received. Open fire.
The answer is yes, Drawn Devil. Although, to be fair, Hex Wraiths are not typically evil entities. Hex Wraiths are specifically summoned by Priests of Mor in 1st edition with Rep, but otherwise, they're summoned by Mor to chase down other types of Wraiths or Necromancers who have pissed off Mor. That said, if a Necromancer or a Vampire is necromantically powerful enough to bind a Hex Wraith to his will, yes, every nearby village is fucked, because that also means that that particular Necromancer has enough power to basically either be a Lich or be very close to Lichdom, right? So he already has wights under his control, okay? He already has lesser vampires and necromancers under his control, okay? If he's able to bind a Hex Wraith, he's got a spooky fucking wizard's tower, right there. And living there is extremely detrimental to your health.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir. We're under fire! Aye, sir. We're under fire! Aye, sir. Yes, my lord. Aye, sir. We're under fire! Forward! To arms! Forward! Enemy sighted!
Oh shit, that's a lot of shit.
Charge! Target received! Open fire! Yes, my lord. Aye, sir. Enemy sighted! Aye, sir. Attack! Spell negated.
Oh, goddamn it, a Necromancer.
Open fire! Watch your fire! Hold fire! Enemy sighted! Target received! Forward! Aye, sir. Spell negated! To my death! Hold fire! Target received!
So what you're saying, I see, because I was wondering about Spirit Hosts as well. The reason why I mentioned Boony Villages, those tend to be the places that I imagine are important enough to keep a witch hunter stationed. You would be correct. So, when it comes to areas where spirits tend to congeal, right? Most of these areas would already be saturated by heavy levels of Dar, or have had their sites mutated with magic, right? So, if your village was the site of some grand super magical duel, or a fucking demon passed by, you just pack up and build a new goddamn village. A village is not stupid enough to stay in an area with enough things like that. However, this is also where hedge witches come into play, and witches as well. Hedge witches have, they do have more rudimentary magics, but they can still deal with spirits or demons. For example, the Banishment of Baal, where it's functionally kind of like a kniving almost, where you place a curse on someone for any spirit that's attacking you to attack that person instead and to go after that person. For example, hedge witches also have the ability to summon minor spirits of their own to help defend a village, or for various purposes. It depends on the spirits, and stuff like that. So, to be fair, not entirely helpless.
Open fire! Yes, my lord. Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! I live again! We're under attack! Forward! Enemy sighted! Forward! Help us! We're under fire! Enemy destroyed! Yes, my lord. Charge! Target received! Target lost! Aye, sir. Forward! Enemy destroyed! Enemy sighted! Forward! Forward!
Alright, let's get moving.
Aye, sir. Forward! Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Enemy sighted! Target received! Enemy sighted! Open fire! We're under fire!
No, he got sniped by an arrow. Fuck. God damn it. The one skeleton archer. I was way too greedy. Fuck, we were so close too. Damn it. That's sad. That's sad. This hurts the pork. This damages the pork. Holy fuck, it's almost 1:30. What the fuck? Dude, I'm having a lot of fun with this. And here comes a giant fist! Yeah, exactly. Alright, alright, alright. Perhaps this is a sign from the gods. Chat, I think we're gonna I think we're gonna be doing some streaming Wednesday. Maybe we'll play some Total War with JC, perhaps. Chat, on the Twitch side, if you're on Twitch, you should check me out on YouTube, because my YouTube is growing much bigger than my Twitch nowadays. Yeah. As for the rest of you, thank you all for stopping by. I love you all. And I think that's about it. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. We've got some solid video content coming up. Once I get the thumbnail, we'll have Warhammer Waifus 2. That'll be up as soon as I get the thumbnail. And then we have a Castle Drakenfels video in the work, which multiple community members have actually helped out on that. So that's going to be really fucking cool. Like, we've got the community helping out with like voice acting. We've got art. You know, all this cool stuff. So it's going to be so fucking sick. I saw your DMs, Killpro. I will check them out. Thank you. All right. So yeah, on the Twitch side, let's see who we're gonna raid. Let us raid Beambo, I think. then I have to set up YouTube raids. I have been really bad about that. I have to set it up. So then when on YouTube, we can also raid out on YouTube as well. That's the wrong person. Here we go. All right, chat. Before I forget, feel free to join our Discord. I don't even, hang on. I actually need to, I need to post the Discord, don't I? Because I haven't, I think I've deleted the, because we're getting bots, so I deleted the new one. Here you go. So if you got, wait, shit, don't do that one. that one doesn't work. There we go. Use this one instead. Boom. All right, chat. I will talk to y'all later. See ya.